All right, all right. It's that time. It's that time. It is that time. It is 7 o'clock on Thursday, and it's time for us to get down and have a good time. I have a great show lined up for you guys tonight, and I'm ready to go. As usual, I have to vibe a little bit with my song. The engineer is playing it for me. Play that, bump that up a little bit for me, one. All right. It's amazing. That's what I'm talking about. I hope you guys ready to have a good time. All right, everybody. Welcome to the Simeon Henderson Show, where we are giving a voice to the people. I am super excited. I am happy you see the big smile on my face. And if you watched my Facebook Live earlier, I had a little fun with you guys because I just believe with everything going on in the world that we have to learn how to laugh. We have to learn how to have a good time. And it's just one of those things where laughter is needed. And today's show is going to be super dope. I have a super dope guest, and I'm excited. I've been trying to get her on the show for a while, and she's finally in the building, and she does a lot. But before I do her introduction, I want to get this thing started. So I want you to hold on to your seats and get ready because it's Thursday night, and it's time for the Simeon Henderson Show, and we're going to kick it off a little something like this.
Ain't no stopping now, it ain't no stopping now. Ain't no stopping now, there ain't no stopping now. Ain't no stopping now, it ain't no stopping now. Ain't no stopping now, it ain't no stopping now. This what you wanted, cause ain't no turning back. This what you wanted, cause ain't no turning back.
That's right, you saw it. It's time. The Simeon Henderson Show is starting now. And I want to introduce my guest. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Simeon Henderson Show. Tonight, we are excited to have with us the role model for living an ambitious life. Phenomenal and finer women. A woman, Melody Byrd. Melody is a highly accomplished, and she's the owner of exclamation speaking and coaching practice. Melody is also an international best-selling author. She's a Toastmaster, a Toast officer, and community leader. Melody Byrd has rendered 36 years of service. 36 years of service, guys. She's been getting it in. As a proud and active member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. And as you all know, I am a Sigma. Phi Beta Sigma is in the house. And I just want to say congratulations to the women of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated on your 2020 participation in the 94th annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. That is an awesome, awesome feat. Time spent at Macy's just became finer because of the women of Zeta. They've set the bar higher than what the annual Macy's tradition is. And Zeta Phi Beta is the first African-American Divine Nine organization to participate in this festival. So I want you guys to give a warm Simeon Henderson welcome to my friend, the one and only Miss Melody Byrd. What's going
What's
on?
up? Hey, Simeon. Happy to be here. Hey, everybody.
So how are you today?
Oh, I'm doing awesome and amazing as usual.
So
That's how it is.
I want to say welcome to the Simeon Henderson Show, first of all.
Thank you.
I want to say this. Congratulations on your well-rounded success as an international best-selling author, Toastmasters officer, and life coach. And you know, I know all about being a life coach because besides being an actor and a talk show host, I am a life coach and motivational speaker. And I was honored when you asked me for some nuggets and just people have to understand, even coaches have coaches.
Yes.
And we have people that we glean from and that we lean on, right?
Correct.
And that's what makes it so dope. So I want to get into it. We already have people coming in saying hi to you,
Hey.
and so I'm going to put it up as they come in. But
Okay.
I want to start this thing off. I want you, Melanie, to tell us how you contributed to the book Ignite Happiness and how it inspires readers.
So Ignite Happiness. There's my book.
Yeah.
It's on Amazon. It's a whole series of Ignite books. But someone introduced me to a lady who puts together authors who write books. And I had this story inside of me that I've been holding inside of me about how I went to college for 5 years and did not graduate. Came home, looked for a job. I said, 5 years of college got to count for something. 5 years of college with no degree is the same as a high school diploma. So that's when I knew I had to go back. I had to finish because my dream was to be somebody. I wasn't at 22. Sometimes you don't know, but I knew I wanted to be somebody. So I wrote my story to encourage people that you can start something, and even if you don't finish it, go back and finish. Whenever that opportunity comes up, or you create that opportunity, you make that opportunity, go back and finish whatever you started in life so you can feel that sense of completion and accomplishment.
I love that. I love that. I did a piece yesterday, and I titled it Unstoppable. And we have to understand that the only thing stopping us is ourselves. Sometimes we look at the situation or we look at the people, but we have to get away from all of that. And we have to look at self, because you have to realize being selfish is not a bad thing. Right. Especially when it comes, because if you can't love yourself first, you can't love anybody else. If you can't treat yourself right and you can't go for everything your purpose to do, then you can't do anything for others. So being selfish is not always a bad thing. It's a good thing when it comes to pushing yourself. So thank you for that. And I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I just got to say this. I love your hair. Your hair is looking great.
You know, this is Roxy, remember? You remember Roxy. You met her before.
I'm not going to play with you on this show.
Roxy says hi to all her fans.
For everybody that don't know, her hair has a name. It's called Roxy. Okay. So you're sitting here with Roxy. Let's get into it.
Okay.
Tell us also about your speaking and coaching practice, exclamation, and what you offer. Tell us about it.
So as a speaking coach and a life coach, I think my goal in life, I know my goal in life is just to be of service. And the easiest thing to do is to provide what I can do easily and naturally. And so that is speaking and coaching. But I didn't always know that. I was a child who, on their report card, so you parents who are listening, on my report card, it said talking all over my report card. Talking. And I think, wow, if someone would have just channeled that energy way back when, I'd be past John Maxwell, for you all who know John Maxwell. But my goal now is just to help people, because I tell people, if you're 40 years old and you can't get up and speak to somebody, you're not going to get far, because success is coupled with communication and speaking well and be able to convey your ideas. If you can't do that, you're not going to get far. And I know people have some dreams and they have some goals, and you got to put in a little work. I didn't get this way overnight. I've been speaking for 36 years for Zeta Phi Beta. So it ain't overnight. But you can put in a little work through Toastmasters, and in a matter of months can make a difference for yourself. And I can tell you all about Toastmasters and coaching and speaking and how to get there.
And that's a great segue. I want to show the people something. So when you talk about being a coach and things like that, everybody, I want you to see what we do. And you talk about the kids, you talk about adults and different things like that. But I have a little clip, and I wanted to share this with you and the people, Mel, because this show is about motivation, not only motivation for adults, but adults that are watching this. Mel and myself, we can coach you and help you, but we also can help your kids. Yeah. And I just want to take a quick commercial break just to show you guys something that the school put together for me. And it has to do with coaching. And we'll get right back to Mel. This is our commercial break for the day. We'll be right back with Melody Byrd on the Simeon Henderson Show. Your character defines you. What do people see when they see you? Do they see a person they can trust? They see a person that's going to do what they're supposed to do? Do they see a person that's going to do what they say? And these things are so important. I'm telling you, if you take those ABCs of life, it will mold you. It will help you to grow into the person that you're supposed to be. I'm so excited to come and talk to the young people because I really want to impart something into them. I really want them to understand who they are and whose they are, and that everything that they can do, it all depends on them. And all they have to do is look in the mirror, because success looks just like them. So when I think about you, Mel, I think it's
Yes.
like excellence, right? And we all
Yes.
those young Black kids.
Yeah.
So what I want people to really get a grasp of some of the things that you've done in order to help the community. So when we talk about Zeta Phi Beta, I mean, I'm talking about 30 years plus, and we talk about being a life coach. We talk about writing a book, and we talk about walking in Black excellence and the different things that you've done with the exclamation practices and things like that. Why don't you tell us, as a Toastmaster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talk to us about the significance of Toastmasters and articulate expression, because I think a lot of people, they need to see not only that you do it, but that you are honing in on your craft. And Toastmasters is, I'm still waiting to be a part of Toastmasters, and I've been doing this forever. It's just me being lazy and not doing it. Being a part of that, it speaks volumes to who you are and what you're doing. So
Yes.
tell us a little bit about the significance of Toastmasters and articulate expression.
Yeah. Being able to speak well is a plus if you have plans to go anywhere in life. So growing up, after I attended Mother McCauley High School. You learn how to speak when you attend Mother McCauley High School. Then when I went to college, University of Illinois.
You went to Mother McCauley.
I went to Mighty Mac. Yes, I did.
I think my engineer in here, Wanda, right now went to Mother McCauley.
Hey, Mighty Mac's in the house. But I learned to speak well. And people would say to me, I go on job interviews and they say, you speak so well. I didn't know what they meant, but really they were speaking and telling me I'm on my way to be successful. That's what they don't know. But if you have some dreams and some goals, there's some things you want to do in life, even at work, just to get a promotion, you have to sometimes be able to ask for the promotion. You got to be able to use the right words. You might have to pray over Thanksgiving dinner. You don't want to flub that with all your family watching, right? You got to communicate with your kids. You got to be able to get your ideas and thoughts out clearly, be authentic and honest if that's something you want to do, because that's part of your brand. That's part of who you are. And it allows you to be happy about yourself, be proud of yourself for being able to speak and be able to speak up and being able to speak well. So consider Toastmasters as a convenient way, or contact Simeon or I to help you with speaking.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Man, I want you to just give us all the information you got in you. And my next question to you is, tell us or define for my viewers what it means to live an ambitious life. I'm putting you on the screen by yourself today.
I love it. I love it. Living an ambitious life is exciting because I'm always figuring out what's next. Like they say, what's now and what's next. So what's now is I'm on the Simeon Henderson show talking about a book that I co-authored. And what's next is possibly having my own show talking about a book that I authored. So you always have to be thinking about where you want to go, because your future gives you your now. Depending on what you're doing now, that's going to determine where you are going to be 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I'm getting close to retirement, so I have to start preparing myself for retirement. I don't want to work till I'm 70. I don't care what Susie Orman says. I want to be able to retire at 65 like all other good folks. So you always have to be thinking about, what do I want to do next, and how am I going to get there, and who can help me get there. You can get to a lot of places by yourself, but man, you get a coach, we get you there ASAP.
Now, I'm glad you said that. Something that's really been on my heart and something I've been thinking about is the power of partnership. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do a series on that, if not a series, a teaching on that. The power of partnership. Partnership is so very key to success. I'll give you a prime example. Here at Intellectual Radio, Earl, who runs Intellectual Radio, and Wanda, who helps run Intellectual Radio, I was just telling her it means a lot to me to have people like them around me who's going to be honest with you, who's going to give you not only encouragement, but they're going to give you insight. They're going to tell you what they see, and they have your best interest at heart to see you grow and prosper. And the thing I love about them is they've seen the journey. They've seen me starting from the beginning. They've seen me never giving up. They've seen me in here doing the show by myself before I had help. So what you're saying when you talk about that ambition and you talk about that drive, we're talking about getting to the next level and just encouraging people to know that even if you miss it, that doesn't mean it's over.
Right.
And even if, you have to just keep pushing and keep pushing. So I really appreciate you saying that. So let me ask you this. Talk to us about the importance of managing a positive thought process. See, I'm putting you on blast right now.
I see.
I'm making you give the people something. So
right. I love it.
What's the importance? Talk to us about the importance of managing a positive thought process.
A positive thought process can take you anywhere you want to go in life. Now, hear me. Even as coaches, we have our valleys, but here's the thing we don't do. We don't stay there, nor do we take action from there. You can be down, but then get back up. And that's where you want to take action from. And that's where you want to take your thoughts to, as being positive, because you get stuck and you're in the valley and you can't get out. It's not too many people want to be in the valley with you. I can call somebody and they're in the valley, and I might get you out there one time. If I call you back, you still in the valley. You don't get no third call. But you want to stay positive because you want to believe in yourself. You need that positivity just to believe in yourself that you can do what you want to do and go where you want to go. You have to have that for yourself. And then you can have it for others, your spouse, your children, your neighbors, your sorority sisters, your fellow Toastmasters. But stay positive and know that whatever you want, it is possible. It wasn't put there by accident. What you have on your heart to do was put there on purpose. And you already have the tools to see it come true.
Yes. And as Ali said, listening, let them know, manifest.
Yes,
that's manifest. What I'm talking about. So if you guys are watching the show right now and you have questions or comments, please put them in the comment section and I'll put them up and we'll address them, because this is a time not just for you to hear from Melanie or myself on the show. This is giving a voice to the people. So if the people have something to say, we want to hear it. We want to engage you. We want to acknowledge you and help you in any way we can. So you are more than welcome to come in. I have people coming in over here too. Okay. We have Shelton Smith, who's the fly guy of the show. We have Ron Scott. What's up, Ron Scott? What's going on, nephew? And Ron Scott knows you. He said, hey, Mel.
Hey, so Ron.
We have people watching. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much. Charlotte Everett, Michael Welch, all of the people, Francisco, everybody coming in. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you because you make this thing go. You make it happen. So we're going to keep going. So now, Mel.
Yes.
We talked about Ignite Happiness. We've talked about the exclamation practice. We've talked about the Toastmasters and being ambitious and positive thought process and things like that. As an international best-selling author, how imperative is it to develop global allies and supporters?
Woo,
it's not just about Chicago. I know we have people that watch from all over.
Yeah.
So we have to be global thinkers. We can't think inside the box. We have to think outside the box. So tell us, what do you think about that?
I love it. Well, I'm already global, because my mom, rest in peace. My mom just made a transition November 16th, but my mom was Jamaican. So I was born global, man. But it is important to realize that every little thing that we do, even over here in the US or even in your home, it does have a ripple effect, and it can affect those who are global, because now when we saw the pandemic at first, we were like, oh, it's just them. Then it was like, it's just Seattle. Then it was like, before you knew it, it
It's
was the
everywhere.
whole, right? It's the whole world. So realize that anything, especially because of social media, can go global. Any thought that you have, anything you type in social media, all of that can go global. So realize that you actually have the power to affect and change the world. And it's up to you to use that power wisely. Stay in that positive mindset when you're doing it.
So now here we go.
Yes.
Our brother Dwight Lewis, he
Yes.
asked a question. He says, how do you encourage others to rise to the next level?
People, one, they got to want to get there. And two, you have to be ready to put in the work. And when I say put in the work, I will tell people, because some people say, I don't know what my life purpose is, or I don't know what my dream is. And I say, well, you have to join an organization, any organization. I say, and do every job in the organization. And when you find something you like, then you gravitate to that. There's a book called Strength Finders that will tell you, just work on your strengths. Don't worry about the things that you're not good at. So once you find your strengths, you work with those. You do research and figure out what is a good match for me with that strength. And then you work towards it. Yes, you got to stay up late. Yes, you got to read some books. Yes, you got to give some speeches for free. You got to do all that, right? You got to get your relatives to give you some money, right? Like whatever it is, right? That's putting in the work. You got to beat the pavement, be outside and do whatever it takes to get you to the next level. But you have to make sure you're ready to go to the next level.
There it is. And also, Dwight, let me chime in behind my sister Melody. You have to understand this too. You have to understand, you have to stop comparing your failures to other people's success. What am I saying? That means that stop comparing what you didn't do right to what someone else did right. Because what's for you is for you. Everybody, nobody can be the best Mel. Nobody can be the best Simeon. Nobody can be the best Dwight. What you have to understand is when you're encouraging people, Dwight, you have to teach them how to hone in and focus on them, on themselves first. Because until you can get self in order, you can't get anybody else in order. So when you're encourage them to really build up themselves and get to where they need to be in order to do the things that they want to do. So when you're encouraging them, put the onus on them, meaning that make them understand who they are and whose they are and how valuable they are. So thank you, Dwight, for the question. And he said, thank you, Mel.
You're welcome.
So you're watching the Simeon Henderson Show, where we are giving a voice to the people, and I'm having fun with my sister Mel Byrd right here on the show. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go to our fly guy, our Chicago fly guy. Sheldon Smith is going to give you the 5 things you need to know right here on the Simeon Henderson Show, as we are kicking it with author, life coach Melody Byrd. We will be back right after these messages from our Chicago fly guy.
Hey, it's your Chicago Fly Guy, and I'm bringing you the best in the top 5 and the 411 that you need to know right here on the Simeon Henderson Show. Number 5. Hey, LeBron James has just signed a new $85 million extended contract with the LA Lakers. Hey, King James, the Chicago Fly Guy is going to come for you, buddy. I want my cut, because I'm going to play you in a game of horse, and then I'm going to dunk on you. Watch out for me, LeBron. Number 4, Janet Huber. You know Janet, the original Aunt Viv on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She says that she has now received restoration and closure from the feud that she and Will Smith has had for years. The two were squabbling for many years, for decades, after they couldn't get along on the set of the show. Checkmate, Will. The Chicago Fly Guy is glad to know that you stepped up and revived their relationship. Number 3, R&B soul sensation Monica received the Lady of Soul Awards on the 2020 Soul Trains. Yes, Monica still looks radiant, and she delivered an epic acceptance speech. You know, I wonder how Brandy feels about that. You know they were feuding about me, your Chicago Fly Guy, over The Boy Is Mine. Number 2, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and Tyrese Gibson have decided to squash their feud after many years. Yes, these two Fast and the Furious rock stars were feuding for 3 years and have now decided to squash it. But speaking of the Fast and the Furious, Tyrese, you might want to stay in your lane because you don't want to rumble with The Rock. Number 1, it was December of 1955. Yes, it was this time many years ago that Rosa Parks decided that she was not going to give up her seat to a white man on a Alabama city bus. Because of her courage, Rosa has empowered African Americans to stand up for justice and equality. I'm your Chicago Fly Guy, and I'm going to take my seat up front right here on the Simeon Henderson Show. Yeah!
Sheldon is not gonna get on my nerves.
He's something, ain't he?
You know good and well he can't play no basketball. Talking about he gonna dunk on LeBron James. No, that's everybody. That's the Chicago Fly Guy with the 5 things you need to know. Let me just say this: when I talk about a team, my team is so strong. You talk about Sheldon Smith, Darren Jashazer. You talk about Jamani and Amdi, my executive producer, Jose Perez, and then the people right here, Intellectual Radio, with Wanda and Earl, the other Winfrey is what I call them. So I just want you guys to understand how much having a team can help you prosper and grow. And one thing is there's a lot of things that we have to take into consideration when we're doing things, and sometimes we have to do them in steps. And it's like one step I just realized I needed today. Wanda and I were talking about this. I don't have a booking manager, and I should have that because I have a plethora of work. I mean, I've done the groundwork. So whoever comes and helps me, they got easy. All they have to do is put me out there. I've done the work, and it's like with you, Mel. You've done the work, and you've been doing the work. And it was so funny when I really stepped back and paid attention to everything that you've done and the things you were doing. I was like, she want me to coach her. Same thing I'm doing. No, but I'll tell you this, Mel. I learned this, that it doesn't matter how long you've been doing it or what you've been doing. When you have enough within yourself to understand that you can glean from other people and you can get nuggets and it won't do anything but help you grow, it behooves you to get in that lane and pay attention. It's in your best interest. So that's one thing I love about you. You're so humble. And then I want to talk about your mom in a minute because I got a couple more questions I want to ask you. And you know, it's supposed to be a 30-minute interview, but it's gonna go over. So I'm letting you know.
Okay, I'm here for all of it.
You might as well be cool and chill out. We're gonna get it in until I say cut.
That's fine with me.
So when we talk about you and who you are, why are your 3 passions leadership, personal empowerment, and management?
Well, leadership, of course, and leadership actually starts as self-leadership, being able to lead yourself and manage yourself. Same thing at work. People really don't want to manage people at work. You want to be able to lead yourself and manage yourself at work. And communication and empowerment, all of those go together because, as I said, if you want your dreams to come true, you have to be able to articulate it. You have to have the courage to ask. You have to have the right word. You can't go everywhere with a dictionary and be like, oh, let me look up and see what Mel said, right? So you got to do the work yourself. You got to practice asking for stuff. You got to practice begging for stuff at times because the humility is what will help you get there. When people see the vulnerability and the courage that you have to move towards your success, then they all for it. They back you up. They'll support you. And those that don't, it's okay because everybody ain't going to like you. Everybody don't like me and everybody don't like Simeon, but that is okay because there's a whole bunch more that do. So move on for the ones that don't, right? But leadership, communication, empowerment are all tied in together. If you don't know anything about any of those topics, all you got to do is Google. You can Google. There's plenty of information out there, or you could go on Simeon's page. He records videos every day. You could go on my page. I don't record stuff, but I display my life so that people can see what's possible. I just live on the south side of Chicago, y'all, on 87th Street. I ain't nowhere fancy. I'm right here in the community, city, raised. I ain't leaving from the city. Well, not yet. I ain't leaving
Yep.
from the city, but I'm regular folks. But I'm doing great stuff. Yes, I'm a best-selling author. Yes, I've been in a community service organization for 36 years and has held positions on all levels, national, regional, state. Yes, I'm a Toastmaster officer. I also go to Christ Universal Temple, where we believe in living as if anything is possible. And the only reason you suffer is because you forgot who you are and how great you are.
That's what come on. See, this is why we connect so well. We're not only brothers and sisters in the fraternity, but we're brothers and sisters in Christ as well. And for the doubters and naysayers, everybody, 4 words for them. I got 4 words. Can you see my hand? Shake them haters off. Shake them haters off. That's what you have to do. Because see, everyone's not going to see your vision. Everybody's not going to get it. Right. But that's not for you to worry about.
Correct.
Everybody's not going to like it. That's a good thing, because the naysayers and the doubters, it shows you the things that you need to make better and the things you need to work on. Dwight says, what is your take on saying, speaking things in being? That's she just told you. You have to speak it into existence.
That's how this book came about. At my 50th birthday party, I said, I'm going to be a New York Times bestseller. Well, it took me 5 years because, yes, I'm 55 now. But you know what? God said, I got something better for you than just New York. That's a small state. We just talked about going global. God said, you are an international best-selling author. I didn't even see that. Because, see, we always put these limits on ourselves and these blinders on ourselves, and we just go by what we know. All I've heard is New York Times bestseller. I didn't even know anything else existed. But God was like, oh, you spoke it, you asked for it, you've been working for it, the universe conspired so that I could get it, and now I'm international, baby.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm talking. And see, Mel, this is something that, and people pay attention to this. This is something that Mel's going to be able to help me with. So I wrote a book. I did the audio version and the hard copy of my book, but I didn't have any distribution or anything. I wrote the book and got them printed up myself and sold copies myself. Yeah. So now what I need to do is I need to take that book, because it's a good book. It's about my life. It's called Through the Eyes of a Man. I need to take that book to the next level. How do I do that? By latching on and latching arms with people I know, like yourself, who's done it. And I went from doing a book to having my motivational album, Through the Eye, Believe. And now I have another one called What Drives a Man, Mankind. So now what I'm saying is this, people, no matter where you at or what you're doing, there's always someone else that can help you in your journey and help you get to the next level. But you have to be willing to ask for help. You have to be willing to open up your heart and your mind and your eyes and receive what's in front of you. And that's what I'm learning to do. And I've been doing this for a long time. So I'll put it to you like this. You know, Mel, people always say, I can't wait to cross the finish line. I don't want to cross the finish line, because that means it's over.
Right. I keep moving the line.
And I want to keep going for it. And as long as that finish line is in my view, and as long as I'm reaching for it, that means I'm striving and I'm gaining along the way. But once you reach the finish line, it's over, partner. You don't want it to be over.
Finish line. Gotta keep getting a new finish line.
Oh, Ali says, say it, feel it, believe it, as you already have it. Man, see, Ali, that's what I'm talking about. This show is not just about the host and the guests. This show is about the people watching it as well. We want you guys to chime in. We want you guys, whatever you have to say. This show is about the people, and that's what's going to make it a difference and makes us different here at the Simeon Henderson Show. And you're going to see more of Mel, I can promise you that. So I got the Chicago Fly Guy. Now I'm going to have the word of inspiration and encouragement by Mel Byrd right here on the show. But this is how you work together in order to grow. And I'm talking about you have to merge these markets and merge these platforms, and you have to start doing stuff together and realize you can have more together than you can apart. Oh. So, Mel, I thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome.
So, why don't you tell the viewers where they can, and you said it earlier, but I want you to say it again. Tell everybody where they can get your book.
Yeah,
you can follow you.
Yeah, you can get it is on Amazon. It's called Ignite Happiness. My Facebook page is Mel Byrd Rocks, ROCKS, because I do rock, baby. And also on Instagram and Twitter, Mel Byrd Rocks. You want to email me? It's Mel, MEL at Mel Byrd Rocks, MELBYRD
MELBYRDROCKS. That's the what is the not the Twitter? What is the Facebook again?
It's Mel Byrd Rocks also.
Okay.
So it's all Mel Byrd Rocks, and
So
email
all
is
of them.
Mel. Yep. And email is Mel at melbirdrocks.com.
And the email is what? One more time.
Mel, MEL at melbirdrocks.com.
Okay. I'm putting it up so everybody
Thank
can
you.
so they can get it and
Yeah.
write it down and take
Yeah.
a picture.
Right. And when Simeon is unavailable because he's taping Chicago PD and he can't speak, then you can't holler at a sister. Simeon, you can throw me some of your little lightweight, oh Mel, I can't make this. Can you do that? Yeah, I can, babe, I got you. Oh, I got you.
I'm not playing with you. Thank you so much, Ali, and we appreciate you for asking questions and wanting and inspiring to know more, get more, and have more. So thank you for asking those questions as well. But yeah, Mel, it's just one of those things where I'm so inclined to work with people like you and just connect on so many levels because there's no limit to the sky. There's no lid on or no roof on my house. I want more. I want people to see it. I want people to get it. I want people to have it.
Yeah.
And I always say life is simple as ABC. That's your attitude, your behavior, and your character. And it's so funny. That was the first speech I ever gave at the age of, I want to say 21 or 22. And so we're talking about people, we're talking about some skin in the game. And that's what Mel and I bring to the table. And that's why she's here today, because she has some skin in the game and she has some insight and input that can help you. And this is what I want to ask you too, Mel. I don't want to forget about this.
Okay.
What about now when we talk about empowering women?
Yes.
Because I know you empower men, women, children, everywhere. But what is your passion about empowering women?
Well, I want women to know that we are good enough. A lot of times women, we walk around thinking we got to help everybody else and that we are not deserving. Or we walk around with question marks over our head our entire lives. Am I good enough? Am I pretty enough? Am I rich enough? Am I too dark? Am I too light? Am I too skinny? Am I too fat? And we're constantly questioning ourselves. But nobody put that question mark there except us. And that's also the person who can take it away. So however you are, you want to accept yourself exactly as you are. Whatever you look like, whatever your hair look like, whatever your weight is, wherever you live, wherever you work, you have to fully accept yourself just the way you are. And you think, I'm the only one who got these issues. No, honey, we all got issues. Me and Trina got some issues too. We just ain't gonna tell y'all. But everybody got, right? But you are perfect just the way you are. So I want women to begin to accept themselves, even if you just start there with accepting yourself. Yes, looking at yourself naked in the mirror, no clothes on. Yes, straight up looking at yourself in the mirror. Yes, making love with the light on. This is an adult show, right?
No, we have young people that watch it too, but they understand. You
okay, you want to just accept yourself just the way you are, and I think that's important for women because it's been proven, especially in the Black community, how women are the decision makers in our homes. Even sometimes if we have a husband, still a lot of times a woman is making the decision in the home because traditionally it was woman make the decision in the home, man makes the decision outside the home. And for some homes, it's still that way, a lot of homes. So we want women to accept themselves, to bring that sense of confidence to yourself. That's what you can pass on to your kids. You don't have to pass on no money. If you can pass on a sense of self and a sense of accomplishment, a sense of confidence, and they're going to go far and they'll make up that money 10 times over. So I want women to get that, to just really accept yourself and realize you're beautiful just the way you are.
I love you just the way you are.
Right. That's right.
As you are you're getting a mouthful and an earful and a heartful from Miss Melody Byrd.
Yeah.
And so I've appreciated this time. I'm
Yeah.
so glad we finally got to do it.
I
And
know.
we will be making you some part of it, a part, you're gonna be
Sure.
a part of this show. So
I love
all I have to do is talk to my creative director, Sheldon.
it.
Trust me, his wheels already turning. I
I
know
know, right?
if
I
he's
ain't
not
gonna
trying
let y'all go either. So
to, hey, look, if he's not trying to get ready to dunk on LeBron
right,
or trying to take
right,
Monica or Brandy away.
right. We got a lot going on, don't we?
Man, he want to play basketball. He trying to get the girls from fighting over him, man. But it's just one of those things where we appreciate you. And
Thank
before we get out of here, I want
you.
to say this, Melanie. We here at the Simeon Henderson Show, we extend our condolences in the recent loss of your mother.
Thank you.
Tell us about the woman and mother that Miss Carmetta Floret
Mhm.
Byrd, and how your family will carry out her legacy.
Woo! So my mom was a little bitty Jamaican lady, just 5 feet to 100 pounds. But man, she was powerful, mighty, and strong. She always said she had 3 strikes against her. She was a female, she was a black, and she was a foreigner. But that did not stop her from doing anything. She worked at Amoco Corporation for 30 years when it wasn't popular for black people to work at one place for 30 years and move up. Right. She even had to endure hiding her kids because in the 70s it wasn't popular to be a single parent. But she did what she had to do. Yeah, we had to stay home behind some locked doors. And we lived on a great block and everybody looked out for each other. She made sure we were always taken care of. No lights went out, no electricity went out. And my mother had a strong work ethic. My mother went to work every day. We had to go to school every day. Your nose could be running. Oh, you're going to school. Only time we sat out was like chicken pox and measles. And that probably was for like 2 days. But she was a very strong person. She bought real estate. She had a huge network of family and friends all across the U.S., of course, in Jamaica, over in London, where some of our relatives are. And she was just a woman for others to follow. So I'm following her. She was strong until the end, fighting that cancer, but she did what God put her on earth to do. She helped people, she served people, and she made sure that she raised 2 beautiful, intelligent Black women.
And I know that feeling. I lost my mom to cancer, and
Mhm.
so I can honestly say I understand what you're going through. I understand how you feel, and I just want to say this, sister, she did a great job. And the way that you honor her, and I know you know this, but the way that you honor her is to continue to do what you're doing. That's the legacy. You and Renee are very strong sisters, and I'm talking about strong sisters, strong Black women. And for you to honor her, just keep doing what you're doing. And I know she's smiling down on you guys, and I know she's saying job well done, and it ain't over.
Yeah,
Just
it
keep
ain't.
on pressing and keep
That's
on
right.
doing it. So we want to say rest in heaven to Mama Bird,
Yeah,
and we just appreciate you for the gifts that you left on this earth. And just like I say, I know you say that was God's gift to you
yeah,
for the
for
time you
sure.
had her here.
For
So
sure.
so I just want to say, I'm always here. You ever
Thank
need to
you.
talk? I got you. I got
Thank
you,
you.
sister, because I know you got my back as well.
I do.
So, everybody, you're watching the Simeon Henderson Show where we're giving a voice to the people. Let me ask this question because I'm going to ask this question and then I want to show a trailer before we get out of here. With COVID has been going on. So, we've had the election, we've had so many things going on in this world. But with COVID, how have you coped? And what have you done in the light of COVID to help and inspire and encourage people?
Yeah, asking me or you
I'm
yeah.
asking you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, what I did is I just kept living my life.
Mhm.
I didn't stop. I didn't miss a beat. So I wanted to show people you can still have some sense of normalcy. So I still went to Toastmasters meeting and I gave speeches and I broadcasted on Facebook like I'm doing now. I still went to church when I could. I would broadcast that. I still was speaking and doing different life coaching. Whatever I was doing, I was still broadcasting it to show people you can still have somewhat of a normal life. And when I would see people out, I would tell them, whoever I was coaching, I would do the same thing. what routines you can set for yourself. Do that. Have some clarity of purpose, as well as have clear environment to work in. So some people had to clean up all that clutter because that affects your mind as well. But you can still have a regular life. I published a book while I was sitting at home during quarantine and got to take care of my mother while she was going through her illness. So there are things that you can do, and whatever you can do that. Find stuff to do. Find a hobby. Learn how to garden or learn how to play an instrument. Learn a new language. Meet your neighbors. A lot of us don't even know our neighbors, but whatever you can do it. Don't get stuck in the house. And if you are in the house, do stuff in the house. Get on the phone, get on the internet, and not for chatting, but for figuring out how you can make dreams come true.
Man, let me tell you like this. So listening to you, right? It's just so inspiring, and I'm just overjoyed having you here finally. But listening to the things that you're saying is just it enlightens me and makes me feel so good to know that there are people out there like yourself whose mission in life is to uplift and push people to be their best. And when we talk about this COVID, there's a director, a writer director who has a movie coming out, and I'm going to be honored to have him on the show with some of the actors next week, right here on the Simeon Henderson Show. And what I want to do is, and the name of the picture is called, the movie is called Mary. And what I want to do is I want to show everybody the trailer and just pay attention to it because it's deep and it's going to really make you guys think. But this is real life, and this is what people are going through. So check this out.
11,000 cases of COVID-19 and counting here in Illinois. The state is now reporting 899 new cases.
People are blowing this virus up way too much.
She doesn't want Junior to come over tomorrow.
It's just that this virus is killing thousands of people.
It's okay. Everything is under control.
They think that she's spreading the disease by her being an essential worker.
This is my job.
We can't allow visitors to the hospital right now.
But what happened to the ventilators that they ordered on last week? And then what's going to happen with the people that are in the ICU?
Now look, I appreciate how hard you're working, pulling all these doubles.
What do you want me to do, Peter?
Just go. We'll see you when this whole pandemic thing is over.
Spend some time with your kids.
You're never home. You're always at work.
You want me to just forget everything I stand for and stay home with you?
I don't know how to tell you this. Miss Mary contracted the coronavirus. She had an unknown and underlying heart condition.
I don't believe it.
You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Can we get some oxygen stat?
I'm a little bit concerned on a couple of these elevated levels.
So next week we will have Romeo. We will have Romeo, the director. We will have and writer. We will have Kate and Martin, the lead actors, on the show talking about the movie and just what inspired it. But I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of people going through things, and we have these people on the front line working. They're going through things not at work, only at work, but at home as well. So we just want to keep them lifted up in prayer and just really understand and know that this thing is real and that we can do our part in making sure that we get through this together. So Mel, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
No problem. I appreciate you. And everybody, you're watching the Simeon Henderson Show where we're giving a voice to the people. I want to give a big shout out to my executive producer, Jamani Anamdi, my creative director, Sheldon Smith, my producers, Jose Perez, Darren DeShazer, and Earl the Other Winfrey, and intellectualradio.com. We appreciate you guys so much. It was a pleasure having you on the show, Mel. Can't wait to have you back on the show. And we're going to have something in store for the people. So everybody, make sure you have a super, super dope day and a night, I should say. And remember, always be symbolic, simply your best, because being deeply rooted stimulates growth. And if no one told you today, remember, Simeon loves you. So I'll see you guys next time on the show. Shout out to all our
Right, to the
Sigma
Zetas.
brothers and Zetas out there. Go Mob. And we'll see you next week on the show. See you guys later. Peace. All right, everybody. We will see you next time on the Simeon Henderson Show. I thought I was gone, but I'm not. But we're about to be out of here right now. Listen to the music, enjoy, and we will see you next time right here on the show. See you, Mel.